Yeah, change is good, man. Change is God, man. Everything's that's what change and evolution is everything. But you know, a lot of things, and people, you know, I try different shit. You know, I do a song with Gucci Man. I got Harry Fraud beats on the album. You know, I try different shit because as an artist, that's who I am. I want to try everything. But you know, I know what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm good at, and I focus on my niche. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what I'm trying to be good at is doing that. But then I still could come up here and do your show. Doing that, but I still could sell out the venues. Doing that, but I still could have Miguel and Kendrick on my Prisoner of Conscience and artists like that. So it's like, where people gotta fuck with me, you know, and what I do instead of me having change for the industry.
Speaking of change, you toured with Macklemore. That was very like, that's kind of like two different worlds right there. How was it to hang with him and Ryan Lewis on that crazy tour? It
was great, man. You know, shout out to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. That's the homies. I was just in Seattle fucking with Ryan Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Seattle, man. Fuck them
Seattle
niggas,
on one right now. You know, Macklemore, I met Macklemore at the XL Freshman show that they did at Best Buy.
Yeah.
And it was MGK and Danny Brown and Future performed.
I was there.
Yeah, remember Future had the space suit?
Yeah, the homie, I think that was his cousin or something, in the suit or something.
To me, Macklemore did the best that night. Like, I had never heard of Macklemore. I heard the name, but I never seen him perform. Then when I went to Seattle a year later, this was when Thrift Shop was about to pop. I did a show and he was in the audience. And I was like, all right, come on stage and rap. And he did real good. So then when I just changed agencies and got with the same agency as them right as they records was blowing up. And then he was doing interviews talking about his favorite album was Me and High Tech's album. He's like, that's what I listened to growing up.
That's crazy.
So I hit my agent up. I'm like, you know, that tour make a lot of sense for me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only tour that sold out in the country. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop wise, only one that sold out most of the venues. These other tours, God bless them, but they wasn't selling out like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. So great look for me, great look for Big Crit. You know what I'm saying?
How was that crowd, though? That crowd was like all crazy, crazy white kids.
It
like
was pop, yeah. People confuse Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with their audience. Like when you hear people dissing them, they really dissing their audience.
Oh, okay.
You know because them, you know, they paid their dues. Anybody who know about Seattle hip-hop, Pacific Northwest hip-hop knows they've been around for a minute. Indie grinding on YouTube. They paid their dues in a big way. Of course, being white helps. Of course it does. You know what I'm saying? But their audience don't know about hip-hop. But the audience is into them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, there was some nights that was harder than others, of course. But, you know, I do my thing.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad. And a Big Crit, man, that's another homie right there, man.
Yeah, man.
You guys didn't, like, get kidnapped in the studio on the run? Y'all didn't do any songs together?
Well, Crit is on my new album.
Yeah, I know, but with Macklemore and all, y'all didn't get kidnapped and, like, worked on some tracks or anything like that?
Nah, I was in Seattle working with Ryan Lewis last week. Because of, you know, based on the tour.
Figure it out.
Macklemore got a record I like called, on his Professor Macklemore album called White Privilege.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where he's talking about white privilege. You know, interesting to hear a white man perspective on his privilege. You know?
What's up?
Gravitas is a word that describes someone who's had enough life experience and enough, you know, someone who words carry weight. Someone who, when they say something, what they say is taken seriously and is looked at as important. So if you see, it's when someone speaks and be like, that man speaks with gravitas, or he walks with gravitas. It's like he has a certain thing where you got to take him seriously.
So I see you got Raekwon on there, and every time when he talks,
it's gravitas.
Yeah, it's some serious shit. Man.
We shot a video for that joint last night. Shout out to my man Raekwon and shit.
Wow, how was that, man?
It was great. Ari the Rugged Man directed it.
What?
You know what I'm saying? We was eating Jamaican food, drinking Lagavulin whiskey. You know,
was he somebody you had to get for your album, Raekwon? Like you had to get him. Like,
you know what? I'm friends with Raekwon. We have one record together. That how it all started with Raekwon and Jadakiss on the Hot Tech album from a couple years ago. I've toured with Raekwon. He's just, you know, he's a good spirit. When he see me talking about the album on Twitter, he DM me like, "Yo, I need to be on that album." And I feel blessed that I'm the type of MC and have the type of career where a high caliber MC like Raekwon could feel like he got to hit me and want to say that. We actually did a couple records together. The next one will probably be on his next project.
So one guy that stopped, you know, you stopped him in his track during his Illuminati career, Jay-Z. All right, I guess he just couldn't believe that the energy that occurred during Just to Get By when when Kanye did it and the hype was crazy, but he had to get on that record. Well,
you know, I had met Jay at Lincoln Center. He was doing shows with the Roots, and you know, does he remember two-way pages?
Oh hell no!
He had a two-way pager, and he gave me his two-way PIN number, And I hit him on a 2-way.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, I got this record. This is before Get By was even a single. I had this shit planned out. And I was like, I want you to be on this remix. And for 3 months, he would be like, okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. And for 3 months, and then I got an email. No, then I got a 2-way back. He was like, send me your email. And then I sent him my email, and then 5 minutes later, the verse was in my email.
Damn.
So it was like one conversation I had, and 3 months later, he sent me that verse.
What?
Yeah. But then niggas heard that verse and went crazy. Like Kanye jumped on it, Most jumped on it, Busta Rhymes jumped on it. Snoop Dogg did a version. 50 did a version.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
50 did all my records, man. He was doing...
He
doing the blast. Was you then, right?
Yeah, we did like at least 9 of your joints.
Because 50 was the hottest shit out. And he was like, I'm not high tech and I'm not quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then high tech would cut that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we got like so many joints. Yo, the history is like, the world is so small when it comes to like, you know, lyrical content and good music. I mean, you could see, you just reminded me of the 50 shit. Like, I'm up in the Jay-Z Illuminati shit. I'm trying to do signs and shit. You be doing that shit, all that weird shit,
signs, man, nah, man.
Touching your eye and all that.
Symbols make people nervous, man. People get nervous about symbology, man, and people start feeling like someone's coming to get them, the boogeyman, coming down a chimney to kidnap them or something.
When was the last time you saw Mos Def? Like, do you still in contact with him? Or?
Yeah, we just booked a show at the Forum in London. Okay. Anybody in London on March 29th.
Hot.
We could be on Munich.
Oh, I might be out there, guys.
You should come fuck with us.
Because Mos Def is another guy that, why is it that a lot of like legends like that's, or successful artists, because he's considered a legend too, but why does a successful artist want to be around guys like you guys? Why do they choose like to keep you guys close? Like Jay is always like, Kanye is always with Mos, or Jay. Why?
I mean, you know, people get
You
inspired
guys ever figured that out?
By certain things. There's artists that are not as famous as me that I keep close to me, like a Jean Grey. Or you know, or Reese or Pharoah Monch even. Like Pharoah is considered a top tier lyricist, but Pharoah don't get the props that he deserves. But that's who I look at when I'm writing my lyrics. I'm looking at Black Thought and Pharoah Monch. But
look at Eminem. Eminem bigs up Pharoah Monch all the time.
He does. They tried to sign him when they had the record deal cracking.
Oh, okay.
They tried to sign Pharoah. You know, Pharoah, when I look at the MCing, like lyrical ability, we're not talking about songs, superstardom, none of that. Just technical lyrical ability. Like my favorites is like Pharoah, Eminem, Jean Grey, Black Thought.
Wow.
You know, there's other rappers I like. There's people who I feel like are great artists and make great songs. There's people I feel like I ascend to that group every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I feel like but as far as consistent, those is my four as far as just lyrical ability.
Yeah, that's it. I always wonder, because I see Jay with Q-Tip. Like, Q-Tip is famous in my world. Like, I came when there was no hip-hop, came into hip-hop, saw it grow. Then I know everybody in hip-hop. Thank God for that. I'm like one of the last of it. We talked about us being the last of the Mohicans in this thing called hip hop, because the kids now only know who's currently out. Right.
It's a blessing to be able to know about,
like like historically, but living through the history.
Yeah. No,
seeing
to
that
see,
shit. Yeah. Because they ain't know. Is there books out there that show the shit that we went through? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm writing a book right now. I got a book deal.
Okay.
With Atrium Books. You know, Jay-Z's book is a great book. You know, I like the rappers, but I read all the rappers' books though. You know what I'm saying? My favorite rappers' book is DMX book, Earl.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Earl is the shit because he's detailing.
He's raw. Like crazy.
How he be robbing. Every 3 pages is a robbery on the book. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here.
DMX book is crazy, man. Like LL Cool J's book. My least favorite book is probably Mace book. It's my least favorite hip hop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's kind of like all over the place? Or?
Nah, Mace book. I don't like Mace book because, you know, we all loved Mace. You know, y'all was fucking with him when he came back out the 3rd or 4th time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mace in his book was talking about how he can't do hip-hop no more because he a man of God.
Okay.
When I was reading that, I was like, some bullshit. Especially when he came back after he wrote the book. I'm like, come on, son, come on. You come on. I was like, look, just try to not be on some bullshit. Try to write some rhymes about God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still do it. We need you out here doing that.
That's kind of hard to quit rapping for religious issues. Like,
you can't, man. Like music, you know, there's religions and religious people that feel like all music is of the devil. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Music is divine. Music was given to us. Music is what civilizes us and make us human. You know, like, it's what connects us all, man. Music is not of the devil. If it's of the devil, it's because you are the devil. It's not the music.
Like, it's the raciality going on. Now, you see Kanye beating up people for fucking his girl.
What he said, the dude said she a nigga lover.
Yeah, right? Some crazy shit.
I mean, I didn't see the picture of him. Did he look 18?
He said he was young. Has anybody seen the photos?
I ain't seen the
Torch,
video.
you seen the photo of the guy he punched 30 times in the face?
Nah, man.
Huh?
I ain't see it.
Where you at?
I'm just saying, man, if the dude ain't look 18, man, then I could, you know, I could see that, man. You gotta defend your woman's honor, man. Sometimes.
Yeah, but I said it last week. If you know, a teenager that's like 17 and under, you can't punch them because their brain is not fucking fully developed.
That's what I'm saying. I had to know, like, how did he look? Did he look like he was
I don't know.
18? Because he might look like a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 18-year-olds these days don't look 18, man. They don't. They be looking like linebackers.
But would you?
How you get punched 30 times though? What you? In order to get punched 30 times, you got to be like this the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye West has been a lot of beatdown situations, man. I mean, he may have more lawsuits than any artist in history, man.
Hey, God bless him. Fuck the paparazzi.
Yeah.
God bless him. Someone had to do it.
Back to your album here. All right, you said which one you said was your favorite? You said
State of Grace. All of them. All of my favorites. You know, all of my favorites.
And the reaction from the fans out there, which one are they gravitating to?
They like the State of Grace. They like the Violations. That's why I did the video for Violations.
Oh, okay.
They like the Wormhole where I'm putting to rest all this Illuminati bullshit. You know, people be so.
That's why I brought it up, because I've been seeing, like, you know, I travel everywhere and I see like weird people. They do weird stuff, you know. But I get that mostly from like leaders.
Right. Well, there's a ruling class. That's what it is. There's a ruling class that's doing some fucked up shit. Yeah. And the shit they doing is fucked up enough. You don't got to make up no monster to do it. They don't have to be no blood sacrifices going down for the world to be fucked up, you know?
That's just, but
and especially if you focus on rappers. Come on, man. Come on. You're trying to tell me some rapper is stopping their progress in life.
Come on, man. Like, but you ever look at it as kind of like hopeless, like it's pointless, like you feel like you can't really like change the way shit is going down? Like, how do you look at that? You're powerful. I mean, your words is power. You know, your words is power. But it feels like you're going against, not to say there's a real Illuminati, but there is a force out there that it seems like it's hopeless, like from one man.
It can seem like it's hopeless, but that's why when you look at like the Arab Spring in Tahrir Square in Egypt, then people came. Look how Egypt has been. It's not been a democracy. Still not a democracy. But then people came in the world, and they really changed some shit. You know, it's like that Arab Spring affected Occupy Wall Street. People say, well, what was the point of Occupy Wall Street? Well, the point is that we now talk about the 1%. It's now a part of the conversation. Oh, okay. Edward Snowden released all that information. Obama got to go on TV and do a press conference about it. Obama didn't mention Edward Snowden once. We wouldn't even be having a conversation if he didn't do that. Look at Nelson Mandela, who just died. This is a man who was busting his gun in the streets in Soweto against apartheid. He go to jail for 30 years. He come out, he forgive everybody who put him in jail. He become president. He outlaws apartheid. Wow. So in our lifetime, we've seen someone go from the lowest on the totem pole to the highest on the totem pole and really affect change. It's rare, but it's something that we should all strive for. Not everybody could do it. Yeah, the examples is out there.
Especially when, I mean, it's good to see those historical moments pop off, but when you see the overall percentage of like 90%, I mean, me, it could be with depressing. My experience, like sometimes I think like, why do I fucking come do radio? Why the fuck am I DJing in Dubai in front of where you know you're in this machine that's like, I don't know, just like Kanye's like, we're the new slaves. Like, he's dead ass serious.
No, he's right. Kanye,
he's a little outrageous with the rants and all that, but there is some shit behind Kanye West's rants, but he knows that he can't really OD. I had Lupe Fiasco up here. He's like a new person.
He is.
Because when I had him last time, inside is Obama, but now he came back and he's like, oh, I'm good, it's peace. But not in a fucking pussy way, but it's just like, he don't need that added extra bullshit.
That's the change. I don't think that's the change that we used to talk about. I don't think anything that Lupe said was off point. I agree with the vast majority of everything Lupe said when he was out there wilding. You know, that he was getting invited to like Obama dinners and talking about Obama's a terrorist. You know, it was great. But it was the venues that he was choosing to express himself.
Yeah, he was OD.
Yeah, it wasn't what he was saying was wrong. Yeah. It's just like, where are you gonna come to the?
They pulled the umbrella joint on him.
Yeah, right? Man. You know, but. You know, the thing is, Kanye has shown us that he's in outer space, first of all. Like when he said in the interview, he's like, I'm in outer space. That's why niggas can't relate to him. And no black person ever been in his position before. You know, and it's like, he's telling us real shit. He's telling us about marketing and distribution, and people are not having them conversations. You know, but he's changing the conversation. Beyonce did the same thing when she dropped her album. Like, she was like, I'm Beyonce already. I don't need to spend all this time, money, energy convincing y'all who I am and to go about the album. I'll just tell you it's out.
That's
Fuck
crazy.
with me already. And that's what I did with my album. So Beyonce put her album out 2 days before I put mine out.
That's crazy. Randomly. Like.
Yeah, at first I was like, yo, what the fuck? You gonna? But then I'm like, okay, she helped the story because now people associate what I do with what she do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just, the reason I brought that up to you, because you've been all over the world. You've had incredible experiences that you can't even like talk about on this show. It's too fucking long. We could talk for like 20 hours. But it's amazing how you combine all those experiences, all the tours, all the music, all the collabos, all the people you've met. But then it's like, the biggest question is, why the fuck are we doing this shit for? When there's something that's could kill you at any moment. If I fucking become a threat, I could get killed. You could get killed. And secretly too. It's not like, you know, you can fucking wake up, have some fucking cereal, and your ass is like, like.
Well, I mean, we all gonna die, man, and it's not about It's not about survival. You know, some people whose lives are so hard and fucked up, they can't focus on nothing but survival. But what you have to do is you gotta master survival, and then you gotta live.
That's what I'm doing. I'm kind of like playing the game.
Yeah, you gotta live, man.
I'm maneuvering, and not on some survival shit, but I'm just like mentally, like, because that's why some people go crazy. If you ever see how some people be crazy successful, they got mad money, but they're crazy because when you get that high and you start figuring it out, you ain't shit. No matter what money you got.
That's right.
You still ain't shit. I can fucking wake up and drink juice and I'm out. Bye. Like, but it's just fucked up. But I always
But you gotta live like that though. You gotta live like every day, tomorrow you could be out of here. Every day you gotta live like that. You can't be sleeping too long in the mornings. You can't be wasting time on petty beefs and arguments with niggas who's not even
That's
on
what
your
I'm
radar.
saying. I said that last week. All this beef shit is like, it's irrelevant, especially when years later you see these people and you're cool with them now. Or maybe you make up with them.
But shit, I mean, you got to live in order to know that. That's not something you know in your youth. You got to go through it to know. Then when you're older, you look back and be like, okay, yeah, I was tripping.
But the difference is, it's real battles. But it was lyrical battles. It was historical, game-changing situations. Nas and Jay-Z, you know, Ja Rule and 50. Like, those were like historical change. Tupac, Biggie. Like, those are historical shit. Not fucking, yo, fuck you, nigga. And then, you know, you're fighting in a club and you taking it so personal. Or
yeah, I don't even know what